hello and thanks for joining me. I am out on my KTM enduro bike today and I am taking part in the, look at those cows go, I'm taking part in the Northumberland TRF Sea to Sky weekend event. And in fact, I am leading one of the groups this weekend. So I'm leading a group of riders. We're going on various adventures on green lanes and trails like the one we're riding on at the moment around Northumberland. So if you'd like to see some beautiful scenery around Northumberland and a few of our adventures, then please tag along. So we set off this morning from, just checking the map, it is this way, yeah. We set off this morning from Alnwick, and we are riding across to Waller and back in a nice big loop. Just get this gate. It's a beautiful morning this morning. So I think we're in for some fantastic riding today. The weather looks like it's going to hold out for us today. We've got some great lanes lined up today. We're going on a fantastic adventure. Always love being out on the bike, and it's great coming on a weekend event like this where you can just relax for the weekend, forget about other things and just get out and ride and enjoy the riding. So, as I just said a moment ago, we started at Alnwick this morning. We're actually camping at Alnwick. And if you're not familiar with Alnwick, it's in the north of Northumberland. And Alnwick Castle is where a lot of the Harry Potter films were recorded.
Going that way.
So it's quite a beautiful place. But we got run over. We're cutting across country now. When you're out trail riding like this, it inevitably involves some tarmac work like this because you're joining up the green lanes to make it into a nice big loop. But as you can see, you know, fairly quiet roads, beautiful back roads and lovely scenery. So even when you're out riding on the tarmac like this, it's still beautiful riding. You don't have to be on green lanes all the time. Now, I'm leading this group, so I'm in charge of navigation, and you can probably see here that I've got my GPS here. It's a Garmin Montana I'm using, and I'm map reading, so I've got it set up with the Ordnance Survey 1 to 25,000 map on here, and I'm literally just map reading. I've got the route that I want to follow marked on here. It's like maybe you can't see, it's not very clear, it's a little pink line. But you know, I just have to read the map. It doesn't give you directions like an ordinary sat-nav does, but it's a nice way of navigating once you set up for it. So if you're ever wondering why green lanes are called green lanes, I think this one is a good illustration. We're quite literally just riding across a field here on a track. But it is a legal right-of-way. Historically, this would have been a road, you know, right back to the days before any roads were tarmacked. It's just these days, some of them are tarmacked, some of them are not, and the ones that are not tarmacked are still like this, and they're just great fun for exploring on adventure bikes.
Keep going. Oh, this is over the road down here. Oh.
So most of the lanes we're riding today are fairly gentle like this. It's decided to have a gentle day's riding, nothing too demanding, too technical. This is very easy going. It means you can just potter along and enjoy the scenery, because we've got some fantastic scenery here in Northumberland.
We've got some horse riders ahead. Oh, and another group of cyclists. Right, okay, great, yeah. How are you guys getting on? All right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, really nervous, the bikes, and the little girl.
Little girl on it as well, yeah, yeah. Well, we'll give her plenty of space. Yeah, we'll just give them a bit of space.
Little lass on it.
Right.
It's just unfortunate. Every fucker seems to have decided to do the same route.
Yeah, but you notice I'm doing it opposite way to you, so I've mixed it up a little bit, because I thought otherwise we're all going to be riding just round together all the time.
You know, at the beach at Boma,
yeah,
that's not going to go doing well with the locals, even though it's
well, so it is, we're heading up that way, yeah. Have you already done that? Right, yeah, we're heading up that way. Yeah.
We're just going to go nice and steady here so we don't spook this little pony. Looks like the dad's very sensibly taking the girl off. It's, you know, we try our best to be courteous to other users like this, but of course you know, horses and ponies can be very skittish, so you know, you've got to give them plenty of space. We are onto one of my favourite lanes here, which you've probably seen in some of my other videos if you watch. This is, we're up on the coast. You can see that's the sea off to my right there, by Boma, and this is a beautiful lane, as you will see as we ride along here. You even drop down onto the beach at one point. But the problem is you've got to be careful on here, because it is very popular with walkers and other people, and unfortunately some people, some walkers mistakenly think that this is a footpath and that we are riding illegally along the footpath, which of course we're not. This is a legal byway which is open to motorcycles. So sometimes you're confronted by angry ramblers, walkers, but you've always just got to be polite to them, because even though we are in the right, you know, quite often they are absolutely convinced that we are not, and we're just hooligans and they're in the right. So yeah, my policy is always just be polite to people, and yeah, in many cases it's not even worth arguing with them. Isn't this just gorgeous on here? Possibly make out Northumbria Castle up ahead. As we get further on the lane, you'll definitely be able to see it. It's ruins of one of the castles. Loads of great castles up the coast here, Northumberland. In fact, I put together a ride a while back that I did on my Norton Commando, of sort of riding around as many castles as possible. I think there's over 40, maybe even more castles in Northumberland. Tell you what, I'll post a video of a ride of that at some point and put the GPS file up to go and visit the castles of Northumberland. great ride.
Morning. I'll get across and then I can take some footage of people.
So if you're watching this video and you live in the UK and you're new to green laning or you've not done any before, you fancy giving it a go, I highly recommend you join the TRF, the Trail Riders Federation. This event this weekend, this ride that we're doing today, is organised by the local group of the TRF. I'm a member of that, and what you get is people like myself and other people who experience riders, know the lanes around here, experience riding these lanes, will take you out for a fantastic day's riding on great lanes. And of course we tailor the riding to whatever your riding ability or whatever you want to do. So I'm doing a nice gentle ride today for people who are maybe fairly new to it, or who don't want to be pushing themselves on more difficult and challenging stuff. And as you can see, this is a fairly gentle ride, both in terms of the lanes we're doing and the pace at which we're riding. And it's great fun. There's nothing better than getting out into the countryside, riding the trails like this. So get yourself joining the TRF. So we're doing a bit more tarmac work now, a bit more road work. We're heading north up the coast. We're heading up towards Sea Houses, and then from Sea Houses we're going to go up to Bamborough and Bamborough Castle, and from there then we'll cut inland towards Wooler. Really, really nice route this today, even if I say so myself.
Check this out. Okay, I just need to have a little re-evaluation here, guys.
Get to Sea Houses,
Yeah.
the best idea is to turn around, just about a mile down is a left hand turn which takes you right around this way.
Does it? Thank you very much. Terrific. Thank you.
Right, I think I've got this sorted. Unfortunately, that's about a 7-mile diversion to bring us back round to literally 500 yards further down the road, but that's the way it is. The problem is getting over the railway line, because there's not many level crossings on this section of road, so we've got to go back to the next level crossing, get over to the other side of the railway line, and then come back down on the other side to where we want to pick up for the next trail. Right, so that's us over the railway. Now we can backtrack round to where we left off, the other side of the railway. And this is the beautiful lane that we backtracked for. Really didn't want to miss this one. This is a beautiful lane. And we suddenly got rather overgrown. We got from that very white track to this very, very overgrown single track. But this is the joy of riding out in this kind of stuff, isn't it? One of the issues you find when it's so overgrown like this is you can't see the ruts properly, and you know, the grass is covering it all up, and you suddenly hit a big pothole or a big rock or something like that. Yeah, it makes it a bit exciting on tracks like this, so I'm taking it nice and gently just in case. So, back on the tarmac, and we are cutting inland now towards Woolley. You can see the mountains ahead of us there. So, this is our Woolley lunch stop, and as you can see, it's quite popular with bikers. There's quite a few other guys here, most of whom I know. Nice to catch up with them over a coffee and a sandwich for lunch. And then we're going to head south from here. Yeah, we've done about 75 miles so far, so it's been a good morning's ride.
If you could find someone
Just stopped some petrol and found that Steve's lost the bolt out at the end of his handlebar there that holds this bark buster on, so it's flapping around. Let's see if we can find a replacement for him somewhere. Everybody's having a root through their bags.
Marine engineer, go straight in for the wrong tool. 13 miles. Save Sean a job, normally he's here doing this sort of thing.
All fixed, and we're off again. Another nice trail, this one. There's a motocross track set up here on my left. There's some guys tearing around the stubble of this field on 2 strokes. Looks like quite a big track actually. It extends right around quite a few fields, so obviously the farmer, having got the crops in, is, you know, set out a big track there. It's good. Good. These guys have got somewhere to go and play.
Keep going, John, keep going, you're through. Well done.
unfortunately, I've been having a bit of trouble with my GoPro today, and it's packed in altogether a couple of times, and there's been a couple of times where I thought I was recording and I wasn't, so I'm not quite sure how much footage I've lost. I have to see when I get home and start editing it, but we're nearly back in Alnwick now, so I have to say we've had a fantastic day's ride, and I hope that I've got enough great footage here to be able to put something together. So if you've been watching this, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, hopefully see you next time. Bye.